guys are back again. Must be time for another episode, maybe? Well, alright, let's just do one. Actually, you're in luck. I just drew up a design the other day for a striper lure. That's right, a striper lure. Or any fish in the salt water that eats squid. I drew up a squid. So, let's do a video on carving up a squid. I took 3 pieces of standard pine board. This is a 4.5, or no, 4.5? Hang on. What did I take? 3.5, okay, yeah. These are 1x3 pine boards. I glued 3 of them together, and I planed them down just to make it easier since you guys are here. Actually, one thing I will say, when you're gluing boards together, if you got 2 boards, I glued 3 in this instance, but if you're gluing 2 boards, typically your boards will have a crown, so it depends on how you're going to utilize your wood. But a lot of times what I like to do is I put the bottom side of the crowns together, and then that way you just more or less just have to put your clamps and the pressure down on the center, because sometimes if you don't do that, you got crown on crown or whatever, then sometimes the wood isn't exactly the same crown, and so if you don't have a lot of clamps like me right now, then if you clamp center, then maybe this side right here didn't get clamped down good enough or anywhere. So I like to make it so if my bottom of my crown and the bottom of my crown are touching, and then if I can compress them there with the clamps, then I know it's going to be a good glue job. Anyway, so here's my block, and what we're going to do is I drew up I'll get a little closer for you. Drew up a nice top view and a side view. This is an 8-inch squid that I scaled up. So, as you can see, I looked at a picture online, and the picture was 3.5. The squid in the picture was 3.5 inches, and I wanted to blow it up to about an 8-inch squid. That's a pretty good sized bait for a squid, like average size. Maybe it's a little small, and so I did my ratios up for my proportions on the body to the 3.5 inches, and then I put it in the percentages, multiplied the percentages by my 8.5 or my 8 inches, and then I scaled it out. And now what we're going to do is we're going to cut it up, put it on the wood, and we're going to do 2 lures. This video will cover 1 lure, and then the other video will cover another lure. And basically, I want to do a crankbait and a dive and rise bait. I figured that would be cool for a squid bait. So, yeah, let's put this on the board and go cut her out.
running the side shot cutting here, you want to make sure when it's resting flat on this, it's got that angle. So it's not gonna be as critical here, but on something different it could be. You kind of want to adjust the level so that way it cuts straight up and down when you come through here. It's not gonna be an issue right now, but we're gonna do it anyways. It's good practice. You can see the angle difference. Apparently, one of our wings got a little short, our fins. No big deal, really. It's just a matter of preference for the person using it. But you can see it's a little lopsided. I guess what we'll do is we'll just kind of straighten it up real quick. That's much better. All right, onto the carving and shaping part. There again, that's the top profile. This was the side profile that I used. All right, we're back in the office. So we've got both sides cut out, our top side and our bottom side. And basically now what we're going to do is we're going to start drawing lines so that we have reference points when we start shaping it to carve down. There's some knots in here. Those really aren't going to be much of an issue. So yeah, we'll start working on that. So let's see here. First, we're gonna do. We'll do the side side imaging first, and so our hood stops here. We'll give it a notch here, a notch back here, and then we'll kind of round it over. And then this is where a jet is going to be. So we'll just kind of, that's not going to get cut, that's just going to get carved in. And then our eye is going to be right here. We'll exaggerate the eye a little bit just for effects. But they do have pretty big eyes on these cephalopods. And then I'm going to stare at it from the top view. I mean, you can see I've got it notched out already from the cuts, but we're just going to make sure that we stick to our spots for lining things up here. That looks good. And then I'm going to put my finger up on as far back as my curve goes, and then I'll line my fingers up. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm going to line my pencil up on my tip of my finger. I'm going to place a mark here, so I'm going to round down and then back up here. And then we'll do the same on this side. The jet comes to here, and then we'll stare down, and a little hard to see, we'll go bottom view a little bit. Yeah, it's really hard to see. I'm just going to go back and forth here for a second. Looks pretty close. That's the top of our jet. I'm going to go to here, which is about here. And then we'll just kind of angle it up and then angle it back. And then our eye is going to come off this, come back, come up, come around, come back. We leave a little bit of space to the top. And basically, that's our eye, roughly. And we didn't do the long tentacles on this guy because, well, this pine, a couple loose ones, singles, it just snap right off. So we're going to keep a solid tentacles, and we'll just carve in the details and paint the details. We don't want a broken bait. This thing's meant to be used. Now what we're going to do is side profile. What's next? We're going to do... We'll draw in some, well, so from here, I guess, I'll just draw in some tentacles. They're going to be kind of layered, but which I'm going to carve them in, so that way they're one big body for strength. And then our edges, just like when we carve a fish or anything else, we're going to round and shape our edges. But next we're going to place our, well, we don't have to place it, it's already right here. So this is, our fin goes from here all the way up to the top. Same with here. So that's good on our side view. And now the top view, what we're going to do, top, bottom. So we'll do both sides here. Start with the top. And we're gonna leave this fairly wide up here because this is gonna be our dive and rise bait. So I think we're gonna weight this pretty heavily. So if it sits in the water, like if this is the water, hopefully we can get it to sit in the water like this, and then that way when you pull on it, it does one of these things and then kind of comes back up and does. So that's what we're gonna go for here. But anyways, so we're going to leave it a little blocky up front here, and then we're going to draw our hood in. So it's going to, that's a little off. Alright. There we go. Grab an eraser for a second here. It's a little bumpy right here from my cuts. That's roughly what it's going to be, and then we'll just kind of doodle it in down here on the bottom side. And then actually what we will do is with our fins, because the body's rounded, obviously, the hood, and then the fins are going to come off the sides, so, and like the center point. So what we're going to do is it the center point? No, it's more the top, isn't it? Alright, yep. For accuracy, we're going to do at the top. So basically we're going to pick a spot for our fins here. My doodle was centered, but we're not gonna. Yeah, I don't think they're centered. I was thinking they're on the top side. We'll do it anyways. That's okay. The striped bass isn't gonna care, I don't think. So what we're gonna do is top, bottom. We're gonna just kind of draw in. Let's see here. We'll keep it straight. That will make our bait. Actually, you know what would be really cool? Dive rise typically have that metal piece or whatever in the back that you can bend to adjust the way it floats back up. So if I kept these straight, I wonder if I curve them a little, if it'll really dip and then kind of just have sharp bends. We'll go with the rounded idea first and see what happens. And if we don't like it, we can always carve up another one. So we'll round it to the curve we're gonna hopefully get when we jerk it. We'll keep it to the same shape, same curvature as the top of the hood. Keep it nice and simple. And we'll do a top line and a bottom line. And then I'm just gonna mark this here and here. And then same thing, I'm gonna find it. It's getting a little hard to hold here. But we're gonna wanna find it, our top line, and we're gonna use our fingers. I'm gonna use my pencil here. And I'm gonna mark it about there. The cool thing about having 3 boards glued together is I hit their reference points. So like this one just comes above my binding spot here between the 2 boards. So basically I can just do the same thing here. And then it comes down to where the boards connect. So basically I can do the same thing. I come down to where the boards connect, come up ever so slightly, and then get my roundedness, and then come back down to my mark. And then that's basically the center of that board to my mark. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pick the center of the board, roughly, and then we're going to follow the same curvature to our mark. And then now we have a bunch of lines. And I'm just going to connect our hood here on the top and bottom to make it very obvious when carving, because I don't want any accidents to happen. And that looks pretty good. Oh, so the next thing to do is draw your reference points. So like when I carve fish or decoys or anything really, you're going to want reference points for symmetry. So, and those are the points you're going to round over. And this is going to be tricky because I got the hood here, but I'm just going to eyeball a distance between my mark and the edge here. And eyeball it all the way around. This is just a reference point to get started, and then I can tweak it as I'm carving. There we go. And then same with the side profile. So I'll just shade this in so I know it's I remember it's a fin when I have all these lines out and I'm doing a bunch of different things at once here. So shading is going to mean leaving, and then the unshaded is going to be carve away first side there. Alright. So where were we? We were just drawing those lines. So now we're going to want to do our side view lines. Basically, just going to pick a mark here. I'm going to do the same distance, roughly. Just go down there. Same distance, roughly. Go down there, and then I'm going to start on the bottom, do the same exact thing. Bottom, same exact thing. And then we're going to do the bottom profile. Pick a spot, any spot. Ideally match the top side. Same distance. But there again, you could do whatever you want because it's a lure. So there. We'll give him a pupil just so he can watch us as we carve him into life. There we go. That's our squid lure for now. So let's go and carve up our cephalopod. Oh. What do you guys think so far? Leave a comment below. Do you think I should go bigger? I'm not going to go smaller, although that would work fine. But I mean, a bigger squid would be cool too. But I think 8 inches is the perfect size. What do you guys think? Let me know. Leave a comment. And how much detail do you think I should put into this? I think I'm going to put enough, so that makes it a little easier to paint it. It's usually the name of the game when it comes to carving. The more effort you put into the carving, the easier the painting goes, it seems like. And vice versa. The less you put into it for carving, the tougher you have painting it. For realism, at least. With fish. Maybe it's different with cephalopods, I don't know. But, oh, and the other thing I was thinking about, I drew up in my design I didn't even talk about, was I'm definitely going to do a hook hanger. Oh, what do I? This is my paper here for my cephalopods. So we're looking at. So I'm thinking hook hanger somewhere here in the rear, in a strong spot. Don't want to mess that up. And then a hook hanger probably here in front of the jet, and then a hook hanger here towards the front in case of a front hit. What do you think? Look pretty good? I don't know. Comment on that too. Let me know what you think. Because I'm going to do a couple of these, I think. I'm definitely going to do a crankbait. This is going to be the dive and ride, like I just said. But, yeah, leave a comment. Like it, subscribe, do all that magic, because I have fun with this, and I don't know. I don't know if you guys are having fun, but it's pretty cool. But, yep, on to carving. Actually, you know what? We'll leave you guys hanging, and we'll do a little suspense here. No. We'll stop here with this video, and the next video we're going to do, let's see, we'll carve, shape, detail, paint, put hook hangers in. Or we'll do all the detailing and do another painting video. I don't know. But, yeah. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And stay tuned for the next video because it's going to be exciting. And I need to take a break. I got to play with the dog. She's getting a little antsy. I just got out of work and she wants to play. But thank you, guys. Thank you.